Hey guys, so the death of Cedric Diggory is one of the most shocking yet saddest moments of the entire Harry Potter book series. It's actually an extremely important moment in the story because it's the first time that we as readers experience death within the story. It's the beginning of the dark turn that the books take as Harry gets older. Voldemort is back, and we all begin to realise that the wizarding world is not just spells, charms and potions. So in today's video, I'm going to be analysing how Cedric's death affected the characters in the books and what it meant for the storyline as a whole. So with that being said, if this is the kind of video for you, then please stick around, grab yourself a butterbeer and enjoy today's video. Okay guys, let's get started. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Cedric Diggory's death was one of the most important moments for the entire Harry Potter story, rather than just the Goblet of Fire book itself. Now for me, Goblet is still my favourite book because it was the first real expansion of the Wizarding Universe, and it was the first book of the series that didn't see Harry get the victory, so to speak. If we look at each book up until the Goblet of Fire, Harry, Ron and Hermione seem to come out on top each time. For example, in the Philosopher's Stone, Harry saves the day by stopping Voldemort retrieving the stone and also defeats Professor Quirrell, eradicating him from the picture as Voldemort's spy. Ron and Hermione also make a full recovery, the trio receive extra house points, win the House Cup, live to fight another day, and it's a happy ending. Happy ending number 1. Same story in the Chamber of Secrets, where we learn about Voldemort's past. He tries to return through his diary Horcrux, draining the life from Ginny Weasley, but both Harry and Ron make their way down to the chamber. Harry discovers what's happening and that Tom Riddle is actually Voldemort. He defeats the Basilisk, but gets poisoned, only for Fawkes to save him, giving us a somewhat false finish, as only one obstacle is stopped in the Basilisk. Harry then realises Tom is linked to the diary and pierces it with the Basilisk Fang, destroying the piece of Tom's soul. Harry saves Ginny and Ron, Hermione is cured, Hagrid is released from Azkaban, and it's another happy ending. Prisoner of Azkaban is once again similar but takes a slightly different path, as there's not exactly a villain to defeat, but Harry realises he does have a lot to be grateful for. Sirius was loyal all along to his parents, he wasn't the murderer everyone thought him to be, and he actually loves Harry. So long story short, Harry helps Sirius escape. Harry and Hermione also go back in time and save Buckbeak from execution, bringing the Hippogriff and Sirius together. So once again a happy ending, but Wormtail's escape cleverly sets up the plot for the next book, and that's where it all changes. The thing with the Goblet of Fire is, there's no win for Harry, but a superficial one, and that's the Triwizard Tournament, which is the last thing that he wants. The realization is that Voldemort is back. He's back at full strength and things are going to change. No matter how hard Harry tried, he knew he couldn't defeat him in Little Hangleton Graveyard. Yet Harry did confront him and was willing to risk his life, and for me that was one of the greatest moments of the book. However, it was only through great fortune that Priori Incantatem allowed Harry to escape and live to fight another day. But Harry truly feels like he's lost. As I've said previously, and I'm going to say it again because this is so important, there is no win in the Goblet of Fire. It's the first time there is no win for Harry. Cedric's death was the realization for Harry and for everyone that a lot of people were going to die, and this was just the beginning. Harry and Cedric, despite their stale beginning, came to respect each other greatly, helping one another along the way throughout the year. So watching his friend get killed right in front of him was a massive reality check. Nobody was safe, not even a young boy like Cedric with his whole life ahead of him. He was killed for no warranted reason, just because he was a spare. This could have been the case with Hermione, Ginny, Ron, or anyone. What if one of them had been with Harry that night instead of Cedric? Even worse, what was still to come with future encounters? Encounters of which Harry could not avoid forever. Diggory's death changed a lot of people, not just Harry. The whole school was deeply upset. Cho Chang herself was absolutely distraught. In fact, she was badly affected by the events, something which took her an extremely long amount of time to recover from. Her grief was part of the reason that she actually took to Harry so quickly, and in the end, she didn't know if it was guilt over Cedric or if it was her own original feelings for Harry that had her so insecure over the relationship. Cho really was never the same person. Losing Cedric and then her relationship with Harry failing took its toll on her. Speaking of Harry, this was the first time he had ever witnessed someone die in front of him and be able to process it. Okay, yes, there's the Quirrell thing, but that was completely different. Quirrell disintegrated after trying to kill Harry. Harry simply put his hands up to defend himself, and there was no mention of Quirrell again. Whereas in the graveyard, he watched as Cedric was struck in the chest with a killing curse. He watched as he fell to the ground, lifeless, innocent, just 17. He seen how little Voldemort valued the lives of others. Witnessing the backlash and utter turmoil over his friend's death, Harry finally knew what it felt like to grieve, to feel responsible for failing to save someone, or being helpless to try and save someone. Harry believed that the longing he felt for his parents was his form of grieving them, but when it came to Cedric, it was a whole different level. It haunted him for a very long time. He also witnessed how, despite being severely inexperienced, Cedric still raised his wand in defense of he and Harry, who, don't forget, was younger. Cedric, in his own right, was trying to protect Harry. He didn't die in vain. He was willing to fight. It's why the Ministry and mostly public backlash against Harry and Dumbledore for being branded liars got to him so much. Cedric's death forced Harry to grow up at an even faster pace as a 14-year-old. He had to deal with scrutiny, blame, and many rumours circulating. Harry had only really been lauded for his celebrity status, for being the boy who lived. Yes, there were always a few jealous and envious onlookers, and he didn't have the best time in being accused of tricking the Goblet of Fire into accepting his entry so he could participate in the tournament. But being on the wrong end of the Ministry's wand with a massive negative publicity attack was something that also took a very heavy toll on him. Every Daily Prophet paper had something to say about Harry and Dumbledore being liars, that Harry was merely a fading celebrity just seeking attention. Even some of his own schoolmates turned on him quite aggressively too. It was a cold reality that Voldemort was back, and this wasn't like the last 3 years. This time Harry lost, and at great cost. In conclusion, the death of Cedric Diggory really changed the tone of the books. Dark times were ahead, and the boy who lived felt more isolated and alone than ever going into his 5th year at Hogwarts. That was Harry's biggest concern. You see, it wasn't the fear of the unknown. He had already seen enough to gain a thorough idea of what was ahead, and it all looked very, very bleak. Well everyone, that is my take on how Cedric Diggory's death changed everything in the Harry Potter story. Quite a simple question to add today, and that is, can you give me any more reasons to add to the video? Any more reasons as to how Cedric's death changed the story? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching again. Have a great day, and don't forget, always remember, be happy. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever. So please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do. It's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content. So if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at PotterFolklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.